Okay, I want to make this as quick as possible. Um, so those, I'm going to be talking about having a good time. This weekend, because I or find a better outside of the post. But I did hop on for the second of George Road. Wow. Okay, so basically they were asking the question, what do you think for a man and woman? And I'm thinking like, just from the title alone, I'm thinking like, I could see if it was more of a question of what do you do to sound better than I have to elaborate on that. Anyway, um, so the title by itself, I can see it doing things, to you, but it seems like they just, they're saying, they, this is the narrative that they're trying to paint. Okay, well, I mean, everything said is not said. Somebody else told me that. So what they're saying basically is that if a woman does not submit, it's somehow the man's fault. See, all problems are the man's fault. It's like, so if they're not submissive, then it's the man's fault because he is not, he doesn't have the essence, doesn't have the essence. Some men just command submission, like, well, some women just submit to the man. Like, it's not who you are, it's what you are. And if you're fucking belligerent business, you like a certain guy that, let's be clear, that you're interested in that way, then really you're only presenting yourself as submissive to that one man. All right, hold on, let me put that headset on. All right, is this better? All right, y'all tell me if this is better. So basically, you're only pretending to be submissive to that one man. It's kind of like saying, if somebody, a smart person is smart, whether one that they're trying to impress with their intelligence or not. Like other people don't have to bring out intelligence in someone. They're either smart or not. Well, I don't know what to say. I don't know what's going on with the sound. Okay, so now you're saying it's better. So basically, I mean, can you imagine how silly that sounds? If I were to talk like, um, hey, I'm a very smart person, but I just need the right woman, and then she'll bring that intelligence out in me. Like when a woman is pretty enough, I get real smart, but generally speaking, I just walk around dumb as hell. See, that's the narrative that they're trying to paint. And then somehow, so when I came in, because I didn't watch the whole show, I just came in towards the tail end. But when I came in, they were talking about Pookie, Ray Ray, and shit like that, saying educated men, don't exist. Most guys don't graduate high school, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, fellas, this is basically their excuse. And this isn't about the whole Pookie Ray Ray educated lame thing. This is them trying to say most guys don't qualify for submission, which is why I behave this way. Now, keep in mind, it doesn't really take away from your general behavior on a day to day basis. It doesn't. Do the lack of college educated men explain why you're always, and we're not just talking about your interaction with black men. We're talking about your interaction with everyone. Your interactions with everyone is subpar. It's as disrespectful as you can get away with. The only thing that history has shown that you submit to is consequences. Thank you, Denny, for the $2 cash app, or excuse me, super chat. Says my audio is muffled. Hopefully, the problem is rectified now. And native, what's that? A rain. I appreciate the 4.99. Appreciate you. So basically, you like doing this, is what I'm getting at. See, feminism is a fight for the right to be ratchet. Feminism is a push for the right to not have to submit. Let's be clear on that. So for you to just come up there and lie and say, "Oh, I would submit, but dot dot dot," it's because of dot 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 that I'm not submitting. It's dot dot dot. It's dot dot dot. It's the black man. It's dot dot dot. But I want to submit. Bullshit. Feminism, black feminism, womanism, and all the other shit that y'all call everything is your attempt, is your way of looking for reasons not to submit. What you just said is complete and total bullshit. Has nothing to do with the black men or whatever faults you try to find in the black men, whether it's collective or individual. Y'all fought, many black women have fought for the right to not have to submit. Anything else is bullshit. And that's what I heard on the panel. So even some of the guys, they were saying that, oh no, no, no. You just it's the way you carry yourself. What the fuck? First of all, I really, really, really hate undefined terms like that. It's how you carry yourself. You know, things without definition, the most subjective things ever. I hate that shit with a passion because what they're doing is they're just using anything. Now, fellas, also, y'all ever seen a relationship, right? And let's just say this is a guy who is um struggling in life financially, right? Oh, you know something? You know something? Better yet, let's go with the movie Baby Boy, right? Perfect example. Let's go with the movie Baby Boy. See, that's fake submission right there. The submission that Yvette had for Jody, the quote unquote submission that Yvette had for Jody because of the way he carried himself, quote unquote, that's fake submission. It's complete and total bullshit. It's like, oh, you carry yourself like this, and this. Like, oh, fuck me, fuck me. I'll make those tacos. I'll clean. Yeah, they're submitting, they're basically offering submission in exchange for being with the guy that they're attracted to. But it's not who they are, it's what they're doing for Jody. And then, you know, over time, you'll see this submission break. That's why later in the movie, it was all about, you know, oh, if I call the, he said, what she say? I'll call your probation officer and send your black ass back to jail. It's like, oh shit, what happened to all that submission? She's been saving that, right? She knew I was on probation when she met me, but she's just been saving that for the day that any day she could just disrespect. So you see, submission is not something that can be turned on and off like that. It simply can't. Just like intelligence isn't something that can be turned on and off. Just like character, charisma, I mean, all sorts of things. Like certain things cannot be turned on and off. Thank you, Ciclid, for the $20 super chat. Let's see. GC broadcasting from the broom closet. let the family sleep. What is something wrong with the sound still? I don't get what you're saying with that. So at the end of the day, listen, black women have been. I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna go. Check out Zero's panel. But at the end of the day, black women have been looking for reasons not to submit. And the reason for this is because it levels the playing field for less desirable women. Period. I'm talking about primarily physically less desirable women. Everything they do is to encourage black men to lower their standards. Period. Standards amongst men is the biggest threat to women there is. Anytime a man says, I don't date such and such or deal with such and such, it is a threat to black women, even if they meet the physical criteria that you state. They hear that and then they say to themselves, what other criterias do he have? They're constantly asking, what do I have to be with him? And the moment you answer that question for them, they ask if they're good enough. And many aren't. You see, there's a movie and there's a scene from this movie that was very telling because I was very young when I seen it. I was thinking about how fucked up the way women, in this particular case, black women, think. So Bill Bellamy was in this movie called How to Be a Player, right? And of course, it's fiction and shit like that. But bear with me for a second. So he was at this event and he went and danced with the ugliest chick in the club or in the house party just to gain the attention of the more attractive woman. Now, I'm sure the thinking behind this was it would put her at ease. It would put her at ease to know that he doesn't have any physical standards. But you see, something like that shouldn't really put a woman at ease when she's up for the challenge. When she's up for the challenge of being with a proper mate, then shit like that, seeing a man dance with an ugly ass bitch will actually turn a woman who is secure and confident with her femininity off. Knowing that a guy has standards or don't have any standards, excuse me, would turn a regular feminine woman off. Why? Because it means that she is in competition with every woman on the planet. He can leave for an ugly ass bitch at any time. And it also means that he may not even feel that you're beautiful. He doesn't respect what you bring to the table. You see, that's the thinking that created this paradigm that's creating this rift between black men and black women. It's not really an attack on black men, it's an attack on black male standards. But back to the fluidity of, the language that they're trying to use when they say shit like, um, the way he carry himself. Basically, they want to create a world where if a woman submit, then that's great. She is submissive and blah blah blah. But if she doesn't, it's because of the way the men carry themselves. And there's some invisible guy out there that she would submit to, provided that he carries himself in such a fashion. That type of submission is temporary and fleeting, and so is the relationship. That's all they're doing. This is a trap to try to manipulate men into thinking that these unsubmissive women are submissive. You just got to give me more. Oh, I would submit, but you got to do this first. And they're just laughing their fucking ass off because no matter what you do, they're not going to submit long term. The best you can do is just be so much better looking than them that they'll pretend to be submissive just for the sake of, getting a better deal. Also, I'm going to say this, then I'm going to go. I'm going to go to Zero's channel. Submission should just be like a base thing that's commonplace in all relationships. They protect submission like they would protect anal. Anal is something that not every woman does, or a threesome. A threesome is something that not every woman does. It's a rare delight to men who like threesomes with two women. It's a treat. And it's a treat given more often to men who are, um, handsomer than the woman is pretty, or extraordinarily out of the woman's league in another way. That is the way they treat submission. Submission should just be like a kiss. It's something that's given to a man that you are in a relationship with. And being submissive is just a smile, really. It's just a general behavior that you have. Now, they talk about the environment. We are not in an environment that allows submission. We're in an environment where the strong attacks the weak. True enough. But you know who created this environment? You did. You see, this is the environment that you wanted. You wanted an environment where the fattest, ugliest, bruised knucklest bitches in the in this school runs the show. You all wanted this environment. You all created this environment. It's not the men that are creating this environment, even though they seem like it. But really, what they're doing is they are acting out to say that they carry themselves in a certain way to get that false submission that you want oh so bad. Like when Jody killed Rodney, shit like that. This is the environment that you want. Even poor communities come here and not deal with that shit. Y'all want this environment because y'all will do anything, and I mean anything, to not have to submit. Y'all spent decades, generations saying stuff like, "You want me to slave behind a hot stove," et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, only a weak bitch submits. And now some of these same women are pretending like that shit didn't happen. That they never said that. They never behaved like that. They never did this. I never have I ever. I never, ever behave like that. Yes, y'all do because y'all equate freedom with, or y'all equate submission with slavery. That's why you like, oh, I'm not just gonna get on my knees and lick a man's shoe, every time. See, that's what y'all think submission is. So basically what you're saying is you don't want to be a basic submissive person because somehow it means that you're just crawling around licking shoes. That's the narrative that you want to paint. And that's the excuse that you're given when saying that, I don't want to submit. And then you say that earlier in the conversation, the women on the panel were saying that we do want to submit. Oh, really? So you want to crawl around and lick everybody's shoes? Get the fuck out of here. You're looking for excuses not to submit, period. You want to say that you're submissive in nature so you can receive the benefits of submissive women, which is access to a certain tier of men, while at the same time say that you just don't submit to everybody. That's bullshit. Most men aren't going to fall for that. And that explains um, um, their inability to access a certain type of men. It's not that the men don't exist, it is you. If you want an intelligent man, chances are he's going to see past your bullshit. Period. It's not going to work, and eventually they will see that your submission is fake. Time is the best tester. Shout out to Cocaine Kills. Everybody, including me, assumed that she was submissive, but time told what she really was. Yeah, zero hate. Yeah, y'all go over. Y'all just check. Just get this on a replay. Get this on a replay. And go over to zero hates because I'm just talking to myself right now. So, but yeah, time will tell if a woman is truly submissive or if she's just doing that because it's such a better deal. He's a 7 and you're a 3. I'll submit to that, right? But time will tell. And then eventually she'll be saying shit in your face, gonna call your probation officer and send your black ass back in jail. Many black women are conditioned to not want to be submissive. And they're constantly conditioning others to not want to be submissive. So they don't have to compete. Black women do not want to compete on the basis of submission at all. Well, they do. Okay, here's the plan. Here's what's really going on, fellas. Say you have a average black woman, average being 5. She's a 5 on a scale from 1 to 10. And then a 7.5 walks in the room, right? So a guy naturally is going to go for a 7.5. Period. So what does the 5 do? The 5 tells the 7.5 to not submit. And the 7.5 becomes unsubmissive. She walks and she says, "Girl, I don't submit. That's for weak bitches. That's what white women do. If you want some submissive woman to get on her knees and suck your dick all day, you need to get with white women. White women, Asian girls. You want somebody weak to submit to you." They'll say that all the time, and they'll say that to the more attractive black women. And then they'll convince that 7.5 to be ratchet as fuck and let herself go. And then turn right around and give some sort of pretend submission to the guy that she's interested in and the guy who would have been interested in the 7.5. Because let's be clear, if a woman is above average, if she meets a certain physical criteria, the submissive woman would win long term over the non submissive woman if she's slightly more attractive. So she gives some type of fake submission to this. But you see, here's the thing. You see, you know how they say birds of a feather flock together? Well, that's true for birds that can fly. But for a lot of these flightless birds, these fucking chickens, these hens and shit, they don't care about the feather. They don't care about the difference. They're not all, chickens aren't like walking in V formation. No. You'll see a brown chicken right next to the white chicken. They're not birds of a feather. They don't give a fuck. They just all in that coop laying eggs everywhere. You want to know why that is in the black community? Because they developed a sisterhood. Once again, go to Zero's channel. This is for later recording because it's going to be real short. I'm going to keep it under 30 minutes. This is for later recording. They go to but yeah, these are not birds of the same feathers. These are all birds of different feathers. You see, every other race, right? If a man was to meet an attractive woman, but she's married or something, and she says, "You'll be perfect for my friend," you will naturally assume that her friend is somewhere within reason of what she looks like. You would just assume that. And we used to assume that. Because why in the fuck would a 9 hang around with a 4, right? That don't make no damn sense, except in the black community. Except in the black community. They get together. Oh, I gotta hold on. All right, appreciate the super chat melody. Let's see. I hate it when they shame us. Yeah, that's what they. Well, of course they're gonna shame you, because they don't want you to compete with them. You shouldn't even be in the same circle with these bitches. That's what I mean. Like, generally speaking, birds of a feather flock together. But not only do y'all have like these fucking ugly ass penguins in your group of swans. Not only do y'all have that, y'all listen to the penguin like it's a fucking swan. Like, what you need to do is blah blah blah, and y'all do that. I'm talking about the attractive ones. And then they just hope that the men just throw their hands up in the air and say, "I'm going to get with the most submissive woman that I could find." And because submission is fleeting, it's something that a woman can turn on and off, unlike beauty, or that a fake woman would turn on and off, unlike beauty. They're selling it to guys at a premium. They're selling it to guys at a premium. Like, okay, I may look like shit, but I'm submissive. I'll cook you tacos. Every fucking woman is submissive. That's like saying I have tits. They're just that way unless conditioned not to be that way. And when you allow these ugly ass bitches in your circle, they are conditioning you out that way. Take Melody, for example, right? The one, for those of you who don't know, she's the one that sent the super chat. Appreciate it. Some ugly ass bitch poured Nair in her hair. And she thought that this was her friend. She thought that Nair is a substance that's made for hair removal. She thought that this was her friend. These bitches aren't your friend. Listen, for fellas, those of you who make it, those of you who actually make it, a broke person who wasn't broke when y'all met, like if y'all grew up together, that's one thing. But if you making 7 figures, and I don't make 7 figures, and I have very few friends that do. And even then, it's at a distance. And even then, I'm not like leading the charge with this motherfucker. But no, if there's a considerable difference, if you make seven figures and you they don't have friends that make four figures, nigga, what? Your maid is not your friend. It's your fucking maid. They know that. They're on some crab barrel shit and you're at the top. They're looking to see how can your presence benefit them. Period. Don't believe me? Win the lottery and see how many new friends you get. Nigga, what? Attractive women, ugly bitches aren't your friend. They're fucking chickens. And they're just huddled around you hoping that the farmer don't cut their head off. Whispering stupid chicken shit in your fucking ears. Whispering shit like, hey, you see that guy there with the axe? That's the guy that give you food. You need to go fuck with him. And then you go fuck with him and he chops your head off. These are not your fucking friends. So that's for the ladies. I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna go. And for the fellas, any woman who have to ask what type of guy I submit to is not submissive. Period. It's like a man saying, what type of woman do I give a big dick to? Either you got a big dick or you don't. The fuck? I only have a big dick for women that carry themselves a proper way. Like, yeah, you only use it on certain women, but if you got that big dick, then you got that big dick. So that's what it was. It's just full of feminists. But see, today they put their disguise on. Why? Because they want benefits of femininity that you just don't qualify for. First, it was like, educated men don't exist. There aren't any of them. And then she said that, that they're married. So I'm like, wait a minute. Either they don't exist or they married to somebody who's not you, which means that somebody found them first or was just a better woman in the ways that men measure women. And one of those ways is feminism. How feminine you are. Fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Now, I'm be honest with you. As many of you know, I dabble in AI. And those scanners that the Saiyans used to have, right? Like you touched it and it told you their power level. I was going to have one of those. So I did this app for the Android, right? And basically you click the button and you point the camera at a woman. You click the button and it gives you her femininity level. And according to this, now this could be that my algorithm is bad or maybe there's just a correlation, but the darker you are, the less feminine you are. Maybe it's my algorithm is all fucked up. But that's why I just scrapped it because I'm like, nah, that can't be true. That can't be true. I mean, it did have some outliers, but I won't even get into that, into the details of that. But wouldn't it be nice if you could just scan a bitch and determine exactly how feminine they are? But you don't really have to. All you have to do is wait. All you have to do is wait. Just wait for something to happen. Wait for a hair to be in her food. Wait for her to have the opportunity to show her unfeminine side. And then you will see her true nature. Most of these unfeminine women will never pass up an opportunity to be unfeminine, to embrace confrontation. They revel in it. Now I was just joking about the app thing, so don't get it twisted. Don't get yourself a light skinned chick, or a non-black chick thinking that she's automatically feminine. Just wait, or hell, give them an opportunity, not to do some strange ass shit to you, because she's not going to do that thing to you. Why? Because she's with you because of the way you carry yourself. No, you'll see her feminine side, but watch how she treats other people. Watch how she treats other people. And then you'll see how feminine she really is or isn't. See, that's one thing that they haven't picked up on yet. Because black men, the plurality of black men are so used to not being with feminine women that we just take the fact that they're feminine to us, or and it's really not something that you do on to someone else, but they're feminine around us, and or excuse me, they're submissive around us, and they may submit to us on a temporary basis. We're so content with that we don't really notice how they treat other people. And fellas, we think we got ourselves a situation. Hell, some of us think that we're the shit because of it. If you find yourself in a situation where you like, okay, okay, that's that nigga problem. That's that nigga problem. Go to Zero H channel. By the way, this is for later listening. That's that nigga's problem. Like a woman to say will say some shit like, oh yeah, I got this nigga in the friend zone and he been paying my rent, since 1998 and shit like that. And you like, ha ha ha, beta bucks. I'm an alpha, so I'm fucking. Nigga, what? She is not submissive. She uses people. I mean, like she displayed to you her character, and you don't think that that shit's gonna come back and bite you in the motherfucking ass. You are delusional. You think that you have just something, so much better than what she has, that it's not going to. He thinks that too, nigga. Chick tell you, oh yeah, this last nigga, I got jumped. It's like, wait, what? And then next thing you know, four niggas come out the closet and jump you. Like, the fuck? The fact that she's capable of such a disrespect should caution you. It should caution you. Listen, fellas, either she's submissive or she's not. There's no easy test for it. There's no DBZ scanner that determines if a woman is submissive. And if you're a man of certain value to women, many women are going to fake the funk. And every woman, even the women who are constantly loud, cursing, belligerent, talking shit back and forth to men, even those women will pretend to be submissive when they feel it suits their needs. So, according to them, they got on a panel like, oh, yes, we all want to be submissive, but we don't have the opportunity. It's not like being rich. You can be submissive anytime you want to. But let me get the link to Zero Hate's channel or Zero Hate's stream because that's where I'm gonna be at right now, and y'all go check that out. Hold on. All right, give me 1 second. So I've been watching what is that? For whatever reason, I don't know why I wound up here. Um, but in my feed, I've been watching shit. Ears getting clean. I know it's disgusting, but something just compelled me to click on that shit. And now every time I go to my homepage, it's just a bunch of earwax and shit. All right, so there we go. All right. So I'll put the link to his current live stream. I'm gonna head over there now. So yeah, once again, this is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.